PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. 2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Block now on first down. He completes this to Sutton. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown on the season, and the Broncos have taken the early lead. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Steelers take over first and 10. At their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Check back forward. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Hey, go, Mike 40, Mike 40. Quarter. You're not ready.
On third down, Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He'll go up top here, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Broncos push further out in front.
The kick is good.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Roethlisberger. Looking deep here for Ebron. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. 3rd down here.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And down to the 15. A huge play there for Denver. Give him 52 yards on the ground. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's locked. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. This quick pass complete to Sutton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing his lock on third down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Brandon McManus for the Broncos field goal. A 33-yard.
And McManus able to put it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A.J. Boye with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin Bush leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Locke. And that will be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
The kick by McManus is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
He was brought down by...
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
Up the middle.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Steeler.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
With the score, Broncos 27, Steelers nothing.
Sometimes I need a check, not just thinking, but the ones that make you watch your step.
Check, go! Check, 45. Hey, alert! Check,
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
He's across midfield.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
This is Freeman on first and 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Roethlisberger now complete to Switzer. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now here is another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Brings up second and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Third down.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Block working out of the gun. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And when a free safety goes like he did there, he better be sure he's going to be able to make a play.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, because I have a feeling that the defensive coordinator and head coach are on the sideline screaming, no, no, no. Good play.
Yeah, good job,
play.
buddy. Switzer on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll set up to throw. And this is incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like red.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
47-yard line.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the turnover, here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. For Cortland Sutton. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos add on.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Second and 16.
Time to go. 8.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got some room at the 30. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
1st and 10.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Open man is Switzer complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the 43-yard line.
Show that bench release and go.
Here's Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. The 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So not a good start for this rookie quarterback, already trailing in this first half, and that's going to make things worse.
Well, back in my day, this was not unexpected out of rookie quarterbacks. That's why a lot of coaches didn't want to play them. But coming out of college now, they throw it all the time. This is a little bit unexpected, the way that he's playing here.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted. For the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rudolph. He'll get this one to Switzer. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there is they were able to connect. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Rudolph going to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rudolph throwing again. Ebron with it over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yep. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the air, Rudolph. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 29.
Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
At the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D, let's go. 18,
Rudolph. They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
10 at their own 6-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
2nd and 10 at the 6-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A final shot before half for Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time.
Give us all. Give us all.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Rudolph on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Returning it, here's Hamler. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On first down, Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 5.
60 Pittsburgh. 54. All day, dog.
Now the Broncos' big-ticket acquisition. It's Melvin Gordon. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Switzer. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
41-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Looking deep here for Ebron. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And now here's Switzer, the target, and he's got it. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up
2nd down at 5.
At the Broncos' 25-yard line.
On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 20-yard line. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Freeman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And that's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd and a yard. Rudolph. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ryan Switzer, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are able to get a score back.
Everyone felt like this game was over, but to be able to stay in it, put together a drive, score a touchdown, that's got to be a positive for them.
Oswald good with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
K.J. Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now Locke. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Minka Fitzpatrick, thinking back to last year, had a pick 6 for the Steelers shortly after coming over from Miami, and he steps up with another one here. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Philip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL. Can run between the tackles, run with power, and catch the ball in the backfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down.
Noah Fant was a first-round pick in 2019, and he was picked because of his receiving skills. Had 40 catches in his rookie season for 562 yards. Did have 2 games where he topped 100 yards in each of those.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Tyson Alualu in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Shotgun snap to Locke. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and
2nd and 4. Now it's Rudolph. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ryan Switzer with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And the lead is down to 20.
Makes the score Broncos 41. Steelers.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Open man, he completes it to Judy. 30, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
McManus's point after is good, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25-yard line. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45.
On 1st down, it's Rudolph. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it's 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And it's brought in by Washington. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 43. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack by Todd Davis. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. High throw, but he makes the catch. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 7.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Rudolph looking to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Intercepted by the...
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th-quarter lead. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
The tackle made by...
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down and 7. Another run by Lindsey. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Ball carrier.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown.
fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a three-possession fourth-quarter lead. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Ball at the 24 and a second and 11. Here's Locke to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. Locke working out of the gun. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Their own 44-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Broncos 55, Steelers 28.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Switch. Check 4. Trap 60. 40's a month. Squeeze, double. Let's go.
Back to the air, Rudolph on second down. And he fires one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That third down conversion good for 23. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Flush to his right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Brings up another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
And they take a knee. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
They'll try to draw Lindsey, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Sam Martin in punt formation for the Broncos.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 36. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left. Because victory.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Todd Davis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Rudolph, he's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. James Washington was the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
19.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Ebron caught left side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now look at this. 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Steelers, a big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Broncos, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for